Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you a really simple project that you can cover. Any glass cylinders are the best. A cylinder votive holder. The ones with a slight angle are a little bit more tricky, but you can still do it. But it really makes a gorgeous candle cover, and it really emits a beautiful light, and I'll show you at the end how these look. But I'm going to show you what you need. What I have here is a roll of 6 MMU paper, and it's a very strong paper with really beautiful fibers going through. I use that. I'm also some of these I sprayed ahead of time with some inks just to see how that would look. And you can paint the paper, but I'm going to show you just using the white paper because it's really gorgeous with just the white too. You also need Nori paste. Now Nori paste is perfect for this because it's repositionable and you can move it around, the paper around, and it doesn't tear it. So I'll get started and show you. I'm going to spritz down this paper. Just going to get it moist so it will lay flat, and it also helps to expand the fibers. Just a nice, wet it down. And I think this is so beautiful. See how beautifully translucent that is when it's wet. Now there's two sides of this paper. There's kind of a smooth side and a rough side. And I'm going to use the rough side. I'm going to put the glue on the rough side. So I'm going to take my Nori paste. And by the way, I've cut it to measure a little bit longer than the base. And I've just kind of wrapped around the paper and measured and cut it. It was really simple. So this paper, though, for this candle is 8 inches by 4 1/4 inches. But you can cut, just roll your cylinder on and you can figure out the size. So now I'm going to take my Nori paste and I'm going to moisten my brush a little bit. I want it to be kind of a damp brush. And I'm going to put the paste right onto the paper. Just brushing it on, and I'm waited a little bit of time for this. I want this paper to expand because it's really important to let it swell up before you put the glue on or put it around the glass. And this can be done on metal, can be done on wood, anything. And what you'll notice is the Nori paste stays really, it doesn't get really sticky like regular glue does. See, I'm just putting it on with my fingers. I can do that too. I'm just going to put enough on to it so that it will stick to my candle. So I've got a good amount of paste on there. And now I'm just going to take my candle holder, and I'm going to just show you how fun this is. So I'm putting it on and I'm moving. I can move it around and it's not going to tear because the paper is strong, but also the glue is just perfect for this. I can scooch you can see I'm going to move it up the candle, and I'm just going to go and push it up to the top of the glass, and then just kind of bring it, just gently bring it around, and then just smooth out any wrinkles with your hands and any bubbles or wrinkles. And you see it's very nice. And just kind of wrap it around the cylinder. And then push it up to the top so it fits just nicely. Right at the top. And then if you can always adjust it and move it down a little if you need to. There we go. So now it's on there. Nicely. There we go. Get any bubbles out. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take scissors, cutting about, I don't know what that is, about 3/4 of an inch or so, notches around the base of the candle. And I'm going to put some glue, some Nori paste on the bottom. Just a little bit, and then I'm just going to fold these over. There's already some glue on these as well, but just going to do this on all, just to get it folded over and smooth it out. Now if you want to, you could put a piece of paper below on the bottom. There we go. There we are. It looks beautiful. I could put another, I could put a piece of paper here to seal it. Just a little round piece just to kind of clean that edge up a little bit. And just put a little bit of paste, nori paste on that. And just put it right over on top. Here. And then you can put some, you can actually paste over it. It's not going to hurt at all to have the paste going over. And I'm going to let that sit to dry. It's got to dry for a while because I don't want to be touching it while it's still wet. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is take this one that I covered a little while ago. And I have a seam here that's kind of obvious, which is, it's a nice little, it's a seam, but it's going to show up more when I light it. So I cut out some little, out of the 6 rice paper, I cut out basically some little leaf shapes out of some that I had sprayed. And I'm going to just glue some leaves right onto this. So I'm just going to I'm going to decide where I want to put the leaf. And I'll go ahead and I'm going to use it as that little seam as my starting place here. I can even just brush right over it. Like that. And I could just do this on all of these leaves. And that glue will just disappear. I could also put it on the leaf if I want. But I'm just trying this way. Now that I've let this first one dry a little bit, it's not 100% dry, but it's dry enough to work on. And I'm going to put, I want to cover that seam up. That seems to always bother me a little bit. Plus I have these decorative pieces that I have cut out. I just kind of cut and made a little sort of wiggly shape. And I'm just going to start putting them along, starting with the seam of this, and start putting them on the candle. Okay, now that I've done that, I'm just going to wait for this to dry a little bit longer. And I may decide to put a matte medium over this to seal it if I want to. Not because I would put the matte medium on because of the colors, the spray colors that I used on this paper are not waterproof. So I think I'm going to add a little matte medium to this after it's completely dry, and then I'm going to show you how beautiful these look lit up.